There was a cat called Mog. Well, not Mog, but a cat very much like her. This cat was a professional sleeper. Her favorite place in the whole world was a small patch of sunlight on the living room rug. It was a very special patch. It only appeared in the morning, just after breakfast. The sun would creep through the window, warm and golden, and lay itself down like a soft, fluffy blanket. The cat would see it, and with a little twitch of her whiskers, she would trot over. She would circle once, maybe twice, before curling up into a perfect, furry ball right in the middle of the warmth. It was the best bed in the house. She would lie there for hours, a tiny queen on her sunny throne. The dust motes would dance in the light above her like tiny sparkling fairies. Sometimes her ears would twitch, catching the sound of a bird singing outside or the kettle whistling in the kitchen, but she would not move. Her paws would gently knead the air, as if she were dreaming of her mother's milk. The sun warmed her fur right down to her skin, making her feel safe and sleepy. The world could be a very busy place, with people rushing about and cars whizzing by, but in her sunbeam, everything was quiet and still. Once, a big bluebottle fly buzzed into the room. It zipped and zoomed around her head, making a very loud and bothersome noise. A younger, more energetic cat might have leapt up, ready for a chase. But not this cat. She simply opened one eye a tiny, tiny slit. She watched the fly for a moment, its wings a blurry whir. Then, with a soft sigh that barely ruffled her whiskers, she closed her eye again. The fly was far too much effort. The sunbeam was far too comfortable. The fly could buzz all it liked. She was staying right where she was, deep in her cozy slumber. The sunbeam was her first and most beloved napping spot of the day. It was a promise of a peaceful morning, a quiet start to a long day of doing very little. As the sun moved across the sky, her golden patch would slowly shrink and disappear. She would feel the coolness on the rug and know it was time to find her next bed. But she would not hurry. She would stretch, a long and satisfying stretch that started at her toes and ended with a big, wide yawn. Then, and only then, would she consider where her next grand adventure in laziness would take her. After the sunbeam vanished, the quest for the next perfect sleeping place would begin. A truly lazy cat knows that variety is the key to a good day's rest. Sometimes, she would wander into the kitchen. The top of the refrigerator was a wonderful spot. It was high up, so she could look down on everything, and it made a gentle humming sound that was very soothing. It was also warm, a constant gentle heat that reminded her of the sunbeam. She would hop up onto the counter and then make the final leap, landing with a soft thud on her metallic perch, ready for her mid-morning nap. On other days, if the back door was left open, the garden became her bedroom. She loved the feel of soft, cool grass beneath her paws. She would find a nice spot under a big rose bush where the leaves made a dappled shade. The air smelled of damp earth and sweet flowers. Little bees would bumble past, and she would watch them through half-closed eyes. A gentle breeze might rustle the leaves above her, creating a soft whispering sound. It was like being tucked into a secret living bed, hidden away from the world in her own green paradise. If she were a very fancy cat, perhaps she might live in a castle. A castle would have so many splendid places for a nap. She could curl up on a velvet cushion in a grand window seat, looking out over the misty grounds. Or she could find a spot by a huge stone fireplace, where a log fire crackled and spat, sending out waves of delicious warmth. She might even sneak into the library and fall asleep on a pile of old dusty books that smelled of leather and history. A castle cat would be the laziest and grandest cat of all, snoozing amongst towers and tapestries. And what if a cat lived in the future, in a house full of shiny gadgets and whirring robots? She would surely find the best lazy spots there too. Perhaps she would nap on a self-warming hover cushion that floated gently a few inches off the floor. Or she could curl up inside a virtual reality pod, dreaming of chasing digital mice in a world made of light. Even with all the amazing technology, the cat would still know the most important thing: finding a warm, quiet, and comfortable place to sleep. A cat's need for a good nap is timeless. The true genius of a lazy cat is not just in sleeping, but in the art of doing absolutely nothing while awake. Imagine our cat now resting on the back of the sofa. The children of the house are playing a loud game on the floor. A toy car whizzes past her tail. A ball bounces near her nose. Does she jump? Does she join in? Of course not. She simply turns her head away with an expression of mild disinterest. She might give a slow, deliberate blink as if to say, "How very noisy." I do hope you all tire yourselves out soon. Her stillness is a powerful statement. Her movements, when she must make them, are measured and slow. A yawn is not just a yawn, it is a grand performance. It begins with a slight opening of the mouth, revealing the tip of her pink tongue. Then it grows wider and wider until you can see all her tiny sharp teeth. Her eyes squeeze shut and a little sigh escapes. Afterwards, a long, luxurious stretch follows. She will extend her front paws as far as they can go, arching her back like a bridge. Then, she will stretch her back legs, one at a time. It is a full-body yoga routine, all performed without ever leaving her comfortable spot. Consider her reaction to food. The sound of her biscuit tin being shaken is the one thing that can reliably stir her from her slumber. But even then, she does not rush. She will rise slowly, stretch properly, and then amble towards her bowl with a dignified pace. She is not desperate. She is a queen, and she expects her meals to be waiting for her. She will eat her fill, have a small wash, and then immediately begin scouting for her next napping location. The effort of eating has been quite tiring after all, and requires a significant period of rest to recover from. Her greatest skill is watching the world without feeling any need to be a part of it. She sees the postman walk up the path. She sees the neighbor's dog barking at a squirrel. She sees the family getting ready to go out, putting on their coats and shoes. She observes all of this from her cushion, a silent, furry spectator. Her stillness is her superpower. While everyone else is busy rushing, the lazy cat has discovered the secret to true happiness. Finding a comfortable spot, closing your eyes, and letting the world simply happen around you. It is a profound and peaceful existence. What does a cat think about during these long, lazy hours? Perhaps her mind is not empty at all as she gazes out of the window. Maybe she is not just staring. Perhaps she is the silent ruler of all she surveys. The garden is her kingdom. The birds are her jesters, and the squirrels are her naughty subjects. The humans are her staff, a bit clumsy and loud, but very good at providing food and opening doors. They seem to rush about for no good reason, but she forgives them for it. They do not understand the importance of a proper nap. She watches a leaf fall from a tree, twirling and dancing on its way to the ground. That is a good leaf, she might think. It knows how to rest. She sees a cloud drift slowly across the blue sky. That cloud is very clever, she might muse. It is going somewhere, but it is not in a hurry. The cat understands the rhythm of the world better than anyone. It is not about speed and noise. It is about warmth, comfort, and the gentle passing of time. Her thoughts are calm and simple, a quiet stream of observations about her peaceful world. The feeling of being a lazy cat is one of perfect contentment. It is the deep satisfaction of a full belly and a warm bed. It is the purr that rumbles in your chest, a gentle motor of happiness that you can switch on whenever you please. It is the trust you feel when you fall asleep in the middle of a room, knowing you are safe and loved. There are no worries about tomorrow, no regrets about yesterday. There is only the now, and the now is a soft blanket, a gentle sunbeam, and the promise of another nap just around the corner. In the end, the life of a lazy cat is a life lived well. It is a lesson in finding joy in the small, quiet moments. While humans chase after big, important things, the cat knows that true happiness can be found in a patch of sun on the floor. She is a master of peace, a guru of relaxation. As evening falls and she curls up on a soft lap for her final sleep of the day, she is the picture of pure, untroubled bliss. Her quiet, lazy life is not empty. It is full to the brim with warmth, dreams, and a deep, peaceful calm.